a good start. So I'll just put this on here. Dear me, this is terrible. This is so rinky-dink anyway, so I apologize to anyone who's watching right now. Just bear with me 1 second. So my setup isn't great or ideal really, but yeah. I have this problem at the minute where for some reason, whenever I set up the stream, it always has the wrong orientation, and I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube's a bit funny for that reason. So, and I have it on one of the most shoddiest poles ever to take sort of like prop up the camera. So I'm trying to position what I want to try and teach using this lesson. I think that'll probably do. Yeah, there we go. This is so bad. Right, so I think we're in the right orientation. I'm looking at the screen right now. Yeah, it would appear so. Okay, so why is this dropped out again? Why am I getting so many bleeding problems with this? My internet's a bit rubbish. Basically, I did a back to the drawing board series where I taught some music theory, basically on a drawing board. I had another one called the Practice Corner, which I plan on doing one live, depending on how successful this is, which probably not at the minute right now, really, because this is very difficult to do and set up. So, but I thought I'd give it a try. In the season of Back to the Drawing Board, I didn't cover alternative time signatures. I had hoped to do this live instead as an experiment. So as a prerequisite, I would expect you to know at least subdivisions, which is episode 1, I believe, of Back to the Drawing Board. Episode 2 and 3 we're going to focus on here as well, which was groove and accentuations and syncopation. So if we just jump straight in, and if you are watching somehow, feel free to comment or like or dislike or live react. It's much appreciated, or even subscribe if you want to. I will edit the title of this video when I go back later on to put it in part of the lesson series, because I know this is an impromptu because the other one's gone wrong again and I'm getting tired of it. So yeah. Anyway, so what do I mean by accentuation and groove? Well, okay, so episodes 2 and 3 of Back to the Drawing Board, we looked at this particular pattern in 4/4 timing. And this is what we called a conclave type accentuation. So this sort of pattern here. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate that on the metronome. I'll fix that metronome at 120 BPM and I will effectively tap this out and clap it for you to show you the type of groove and accents you would hear in a conclave rhythm. So I've got a metronome down here. So hopefully that should be nice and loud. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's your 2 hands. And we're in 8th timing. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you go da, ge, da, 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 ge, do, da, 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 ge, do, da, da. If you tap your feet along with that and clap it, 2, 3, 4 and da, ge, do, da, da, and da, ge, do, da. I gotta make the noises, da, ge, go. And that is your conclave. So if you listen, it's very popular in Cuban music. In fact, it crops up in music a heck of a lot, really. This type of accentuation. and it's usually embedded in the mix somewhere, whether it be the drums or the rhythm guitar or something like that. You'll hear that come through. You can get a variation of this. So what I mean by that is, for example, the only note that was offbeat, the only syncopated note or offbeat note was this one, was on the and or upbeat of the second beat of this one. But we can further increase the syncopation if we remove that. And then move this to the upbeat of the fourth note. And this is what is called a rumba. And it should sound like this. 2 and 3 and 4 and da, ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, da. 2, 3, 4 and da, ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, da. And that is your rumba. So there's a subtle difference between the two there, but it gives you an idea of a type of groove to look out for in common time, or most common time of music, which is 4/4 timing. Also, what's useful to know as well is this can be considered like a call and response type groove. So the first bar here is your kind of call, and then the second part of it is your response. So like someone calling out a message and someone responds with this. So what I'd like to do for the remainder of this lesson is to stick to basically what we just discussed with the sound clave. So the only offbeat note is this one to be considered. And how does this relate to alternative time signatures? Well, if you memorize this pattern here, and rather not focus on there being a one beat, so on certain metronomes you can turn off the kind of click for the one, as I can demonstrate on this one. So now we're in what's called X4. And if you just memorize this sort of beat, if you like, or get a feel for it, da, ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, da. And if you practice that enough, you'll memorize the beat and the pattern, but you can then apply this and adapt this into alternate time signatures. So what do I mean by that? Well, if for example we take this and we remove the 4, we've changed the time signature, but we've kept the pattern, or the lock if you like, lock the pattern in the same. So now we have 7/8 timing. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 7. And how would that sound? Well, let's again put the metronome back on, X4. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Da, ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, da, da. 3 4 and da, ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, 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 ge, go, da, da, 1. And there's your 1 count. And as you can see, what we've done is taken the sound clave and we modified that to turn this into what was originally 4/4 timing into 7/8 timing. Quite nifty in a way, really, isn't it? So I find that quite useful. Another new one I'd like to teach you, in terms of at least accent and rhythm, would be something in, let's call it 6/8 timing. So just give me a minute to update my drawing board, if you like. Over here. And this will have another type of call and response. So one I'd like to show you in particular, and there are many variations of these you can play around with in a way. Really. You can apply the rumba that we did to the last one to 7/8 timing too. So feel free to have a play around with this in your own time once you get to grips with this. I'm just showing you some examples. They're completely non-exhaustive, and feel free to get creative with this. So 1 in 6/8 timing I like is one that goes along like this. And again, we have a high amount of syncopation, so we have 3 beats here that are offbeat, of which 2 of them, of course, occur in the response. And remembering this is in 3/4 timing, or 6/8 if you like. If you combine 2 of the bars, you get what would a pulse that would sound a bit like this. Da. So let's start again. Da, da, ga, 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 da, da, ga, ga, da, da, ga, 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 da, da, ga, 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 da, da, ga, ga, ga. Don't be afraid to say the word rest to yourself. Often to switch that over again, you have a rest mark there. 1, 2, ge, go, gat, rest. 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 That's always often a useful little platform to reset the bar, if you like. So again, if we say clap and tap this, so tap your feet to it. 2, 3, 4, and da, da, ge, go, gat, rest. 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 And da, da, ge, go, gat, rest. And da, da, ge, go, gat, rest. And effectively what you have there is 6/8 pulse, if you like, in a way. But again, you may have noticed with this one in particular as well, and what we did with switching from this type of accent into something of a different time signature, what we did before when we went from 4/4 into 7/8, when we dropped the last note, is you may have also noticed that we can do the same here to get something that is now in 5/4 timing. So we've taken a 6/8 pulse or an accent beat, and we turned this into now something 5/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we haven't actually changed, so we've removed the rest mark, but we haven't actually changed the accentuation, the actual pulse, if you like. So now we get something 5/4. So again, allow me to demonstrate that with a metronome. Fixed it 4. So all I remember, you learn the pulse itself, is to master the pulse by humming it to yourself when you're playing, da, da, ge, go, ga, da, da, ge, go, ga, 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 ge, go, ga, 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 ge, go, ga, ga, ga. So also notice as well as a little hint that the space between these two when it resets is the smallest, because effectively it's a half beat. Da, da, ge, go, ga, 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 ge, go, ga, ga, ge, go, ga, ga. I think I'm losing the plot a little bit here with this one. Right, so 2, 3, 4, and da, da, ge, go, ga, ga, ge, go, ga, 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 ge, go, ga, ga, ga. Tap your feet as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and da, da, ge, go, ga, ga, ge, go, ga, 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 ga. And that is, in essence, a modification of 6/8 timing to get you into 5/4 timing. And again, don't be afraid to really sort of play around with this. You can modify these. You can perhaps drop this one or excuse me. Drink a tea. I've got a favourite cup of tea here as well. My favourite mug with faded guitars on. But don't be afraid to play around with this. So, for example, look for, when you get more advanced of this, is to look for other places to start the beat pattern on, or play around with it. So perhaps I like doing one where you have 1, 2, 3, and then get go, da, get go, ga. You know, really kind of feel around with it, but certainly just try and embed that into your head, how this is played, and you'll get more comfortable with doing alternate time signatures, or at least identifying different time signatures using that what I'd previously taught, what we briefly glossed over in this lesson, but I previously taught in Back to the Drawing Board lesson series. And I said Back to the Future there. So I was thinking of. But anyway, that's more or less what I want to teach you. It's non-exhaustive as well. There's plenty of them to do. I just wanted to give you an idea as to how I try and approach certain alternate time signatures. I rarely ever use 5/4, or 7/8, unless it's something Joe Satriani related, or 6/8 is quite a common one too, as well, to be more wary of. But yeah, that's pretty much my lesson, really. I don't think I really got anyone watching that last time, but yeah, I will. This will be uploaded, so if you haven't seen it, then it'll go part of the lesson series, and I will change the thumbnail and change the title as well, because I'm still getting used to this YouTube streaming, but I have no idea how to do it. It shows how out of touch I am with it, but I think pretty much that's the end of the series. And like I said, if you've seen this late, or if you've been through it, and please like, comment, subscribe, dislike, unsubscribe, whatever. I don't mind. It's all appreciated, and your feedback. And that should be it. If I can now get this off. There you go. It's pretty my my room, practice corner, of course. Got new stickers for the strap coming in and put on there, because I ruined them the other day stupidly. And yeah, my other guitars. So yeah, like I say, thank you for joining in.